So signum function, this is also known as sine function. Okay, it extracts the sign of real numbers. For example, if it has like -1, it will be extracting that. Okay, it will be minus value, +1 means it is plus. So we can define this signum function as SGN of t, that is equal to 1, that is for t greater than 0, -1 for t less than 0. Okay, so if I consider for the positive part, that is for t greater than 0, it has a value 1. For t less than 0, it has a value -1. Okay, so we can see that at t is equal to 0, there is a transition from -1 to 1. That means there is a discontinuity at this point, that is t is equal to 0. So using the Gibbs phenomenon, okay, what I can do using that phenomena, I can write SGN of 0, that is equal to, okay, 1 plus -1 divided by 2, that is equal to 0. So at 0, we will consider the value as 0. Okay, this can also be defined as SGN of t, that is equal to 0 for t equal to 0. What is the value for t not equal to 0 then? It is nothing but it is mod t divided by t. Okay, this one will be the value. So mod t means you have two values, one is plus t, another one is minus t. This is for t greater than 0, this is for t less than 0. For t greater than 0, it will be t by t, that is equal to 1. For less than 0, it will be -1 divided by, okay, minus t divided by t, that will be equal to -1. See, for t less than 0, it is -1. For t greater than 0, it is equal to 1. Okay. So we can perform some operations on this signum function. Okay, first if I consider the shifting operation, okay, so it will be SGN of t plus or minus t naught, t plus or minus t naught. So that will be equal to 1, okay, when t plus or minus t naught is greater than 0. It is equal to -1 when t plus or minus t naught is less than 0. And it is equal to 0 for t plus or minus t naught, that is equal to 0. Okay, this one will be a shifting operation. So SGN of t minus t naught is nothing but you are going to get the delayed function, and plus t naught means you are going to get the advanced version of this signum function. Okay, so for example, if I consider SGN of t minus 2, okay, signum function that is of t minus 2, in this case, okay, it will be shifted towards right by 2 units because we have t minus 2. So it will start at t minus 2 is equal to 0, that is t equal to 2. That means at this particular point 2, see 2, okay, t equal to 2, you will be having 0. That means here there will be a point of discontinuity. Okay, so it will be shifted like this. It is -1, this is 1. This is your shifted version, that is delayed version of the signum function. So if I consider SGN of t plus 2, that means signum function, it will be shifted towards left by 2 units. Okay, so it will be like this. At -2, there will be discontinuity at t plus 2 is equal to 0. That means t is equal to -2. Okay, so this will be your signum function, that is signum t plus 2. Okay, next let me consider the time scaling operation. Okay, see, if I consider signum of AT, this A is nothing but it is a scaling factor. Now we are scaling the time by this factor A. So what happens if, see, normally if I consider a signal xt, if x of t, at, if A is greater than 1, we are going to get the compressed version. If it is less than 1, we are going to get the expanded version. But here, if you are going to do the scaling of this, okay, it will be equal to signum function. Why? I will tell you why. See, this is your signum function, right? This is 1, this is minus 1. So, a signum of AT. Signum of AT means you are going to divide it by A. The time will be divided by A. 0 by A will be 0. So, it will be the same signal which you are getting. Okay. So, the scaling has no effect on this signum function. Okay. Even if it is like signum 2t, signum t by 2, okay, signum 4t, okay, signum t by 3, okay, they all will be equal to signum t. Let me consider the time reversal now. Time reversal, that is signum of minus t. Signum of minus t means, see here, this is your signum function. That means all the t, it will be multiplied by minus 1. So like whatever the value is at 1, now it will be at minus 1. Okay. So whatever the value is at 2, it will be at minus 2. So there will be reflection about the vertical axis or the amplitude axis. Okay. So what you are going to get here? This will be a signum of minus t. Okay. Signum of minus t. See, this is an even function or odd function. This will be your odd function. Actually, you know, x of minus t is equal to x of t. That will be even. Okay. If x of minus t is equal to minus x of t, then that will be your odd function. So let us check our minus signum function. See, signum of minus t, that is not equal to signum of t. So this condition is failing now. So let us consider minus signum of t. Minus signum of t is nothing but the amplitude reversal of the signum function. So here it will be minus 1, and here minus 1 into minus 1, that becomes plus. This is plus 1. Okay. See this and this. This is minus signum t. Okay. So see this signum of minus t and minus signum t signals. What? These two are equal, right? So we can say signum of minus t, that is equal to minus signum of t. Hence the signum function is an odd function. Okay. Next, let me consider shifting with the scaling. Okay. Shifting with scaling. Signum a of t plus or minus t naught. Signum a of t plus or minus t naught. Like this, I will consider signum 2 t minus 1 I will consider. Signum 2 t minus 1. This can be written as signum 2t minus 2, right? So first what I will do, the signum function, it will be shifted towards right by 2 units. Okay. Then you are going to do the scaling, that is divided by 2. So this will be 1. This one will be 1. It will start from 1. Okay. So this is equal to signum of t plus or minus t naught. Correct? Equal to signum t plus or minus t naught, because see here t minus 1, this is nothing but it is signum of t minus 1. Okay. Let me consider another example. Signum of 3 t plus 1. Signum of 3 t plus 1. In this case, what I will do, signum of 3t, I will multiply it both the sides, okay, to perform the scaling and shifting operation. 3t plus 3. So you know how to do the shifting and scaling when you have like this. So from the right, if you come, you have to perform the shifting operation first. So it will be shifted towards left by 3 units. Okay. So you are going to get this signal. Now you have scaling, that is divided by 3. Minus 3 divided by 3, you are going to get minus 1. right? So what is signum of t plus 1? It is shifted by 1 unit towards left, right? So this and this will be equal, right? So this signum of 3 of t plus 1 is equal to signum of t plus 1. Signum of t plus 1. So remember this. Signum of a of t plus or minus t naught, that is equal to t plus or minus t naught. Okay. Next, in next case, if I have signum of minus a of t plus or minus t naught, okay, that time you will get minus signum of t plus or minus t naught. A will be discarded, okay. Signum of minus t will be equal to minus signum of t. See, minus signum of t. So it will be discarded. A will be discarded. Here also the A is discarded. Okay. Next, let us consider another one formula, that is signum of at plus or minus b. Okay. This one will be equal to signum of t plus or minus b by a. Okay. So we will prove it. So first I will consider signum of 2t minus 1. 2t minus 1. So in this case, you know, it will be shifted towards right by 1 unit. Okay. So this will be a t minus 1. Signum of t minus 1. Next we are going to perform the scaling operation, that is divided by 2. Okay. So you will have 1 divided by 2. See, 1 divided by 2. So this is nothing but, okay, signum t plus or minus, what is your b? It is 1. So plus I will take it off. 1. And what is your a? Divided by 2. So signum t minus 1 by 2 is nothing but the signum function which is moved towards the right by 1 by 2 units. So this is the same thing like this, right? This is the same signal which is obtained from this. Okay. So it is equal to signum of t plus or minus b by a. So this one same thing you had observed in the unit step function u of at plus or minus b, that is equal to u of t plus or minus b by a. Okay, there is some relation between the step function and the signum function. Okay, let us derive it. See, you know your u of t is equal to 1. Okay, that is for t greater than 0, and for t less than 0 the value will be equal to 0. So this is your signum function. This is your signum function. Now I will consider u of minus t. U of minus t. U of minus t is nothing but it is from minus infinity to 0, right? This is your u of minus t. Now see, from this I can derive this, right? See, this part is as it is, but this part is nothing but the amplitude reversed part of u of minus t. That means minus u of minus t. If I consider minus u of minus t, this will come here. The amplitude will become minus 1. That is for minus u of minus t. See, now if I add these two, I will get signum function. So, u of t minus u of minus t, that will give you signum of t. Okay. And remember one thing, u of t plus u of minus t, that is equal to 1. U of t plus u of minus t is equal to 1. I'll tell you how. This is your u of t. Okay. What is your u of minus t? This is your u of minus t with amplitude 1. Okay. Now if I add these two, I will get 1 throughout. For all t values, I will get 1. Okay. That means it is a constant signal. So it is equal to 1. Okay. So instead of this, now I can write, see, u of minus t, instead of that, I can write 1 minus u of t, right? So 1 minus u of t, that is equal to u of t minus 1 plus u of t, that means 2 u of t minus 1 that is equal to signum function. Okay, so we can also write u of t in terms of signum of t. See here, u of t is equal to, if I take this one this side, 1 plus signum of t, okay, divided by 2. This is also very important. Okay, so these are the important formula that you have to remember. Okay, signum t, that is equal to 2 ut minus 1. We will solve some